Few things are more frustrating than when your keyboard stops working from keys not responding correctly to power issues and backlighting problems. A lot can go wrong with keyboards, even if you have one of the best keyboards. Let's take a look at common problems users experience and which solutions can get you back to typing ASAP. Let's step. If the keyboard was working fine before but suddenly stops working altogether, it's probably a power or software issue. If you have a wired keyboard, check that your connection to the computer is stable and in place. Unplug it and plug it back in again.
For wireless keyboards, check that they still have battery life and plug them into a source of power, or replace the power if they've run out.
On the software side, if you have a wireless keyboard, try disabling the Bluetooth connection and re-enabling it to see if this helps, or switching between Bluetooth and 2.4 gigahertz that we applied it and install it takes more value now than you can make the other standard wireless. Look to see if you need any updates and install them. Any drivers need to be individually updated with a new version. Even if there are no updates waiting, unplug all other accessories from your computer except those you need and reboot. A full restart without any other connections can fix unresponsive keyboards. If all else fails, run a virus check. Some malware can interfere with accessories like keyboards and prevent them from working. If you see the indicator lights turn on but can't get any response out of the keyboard, take a look at your connection first. For wired keyboards, check to see if it's plugged into the right kind of USB port. Different keyboards are designed for different USB with overall ports may not be compatible with all ports, even if they can turn on. For wireless models, double check the Bluetooth connection and try disabling, then reconnecting Bluetooth to see if this makes a difference. If your keyboard has a special kind of game mode, make sure that's not enabled, as that can disable some keys and make the keyboard appear non-functional. If everything checks out, it's time to head to your keyboard drivers. Search for Device Manager and open its window. Find and expand the keyboard section to see your current drivers. Right-click to uninstall the drivers, then reboot your computer. When you log back in, Windows should automatically find and download the right drivers for your keyboard. You can also try visiting Dell's keyboard diagnostics page, which may give you a bit more insight into exactly what's going wrong. Start by looking for any basic reasons why a key may not be working. For example, if you have a numeric keypad, then you may have a number lock, a key that can turn it off if that lock key was accidentally pressed. It would explain why certain number keys aren't working. So otherwise, this problem indicates a hardware problem with that specific key. If you have a mechanical keyboard or another version that allows you to take off that specific key, do so and inspect what you find underneath. Sometimes a crumb or a bit of debris is keeping the key from properly pressing down on the switch, and blowing it away will fix your problem. You may notice that part of the key or switch is damaged permanently. A more serious problem that will require retiring the keyboard, at least for a while. Mechanicals keyboard brands sometimes allow you to buy and replace individual keys and switches to address problems like this. Otherwise, it's probably time to start looking for a new keyboard model. Jamming keys are a primary sign that your keyboard is dirty and needs to be cleaned. There are many levels of cleaning. Some users like to spray in jets of compressed air and hope for the best. We're not big fans of that option because it can drive crumbs even deeper into the keyboard than before, and we prefer to use a vacuum brush accessory to suck debris out entirely. But for serious jamming issues, the best solution is to take off the keys and do a thorough cleaning. This might not be an option on scissor or butterfly keyboards, but a good wipe down will still help. Our guide on ways to clean a keyboard have more useful information. If every key press
is typing several characters when it should be typing only one. Typing quickly becomes an annoying problem. If the key itself feels stuck, then it's usually an issue of grime or dirt. Unplug the keyboard and carefully pop the key off. Use a cloth with a small amount of rubbing alcohol or other solvent. Wipe the key and the surrounding area. We also advise heading to keyboard settings and trying to adjust keyboard sensitivity and related features to see if you can match your type and style and sensitivity more accurately. This usually means that the software layout on your computer doesn't match the keyboard you're using. Fortunately, you can quickly change the layout to one that matches your keyboard. Search for typing settings and select language and region. In this new window, make sure that country or region and regional format and properly selected. And make sure no one switched your keys around as a prank. This can also be an issue with a dirty key or a bit of debris that has partially jammed the key switch. If possible, take the key off and clean around it with a Q-tip and some rubbing alcohol and squirt a little compressed air in afterward. And then finally, if that doesn't fix the problem, head to your keyboard's companion application if you have it. Some keyboards let you adjust the time after a key press that the key will actuate. Adjust the options there if you can. And check out our article on useful shortcuts to make sure you're using the right shortcut. You should also check keyboard settings. Windows has an option for sticky keys that it require pressing one key at a time to activate the shortcut. If this was accidentally enabled, it could be causing your problem. And the first, lighting problems. While annoying, lighting problems tend to have simple fixes. First, check the settings in your keyboard software to make sure lighting has been turned off or adjusted. If everything looks fine, then lighting problems can often be solved by rebooting your computer, unplugging the keyboard, and plugging it back in after your PC restarts. If this doesn't work, look up your specific keyboard model online and re-download the drivers or update its firmware as needed. If you recently spilled something on your keyboard, this may cause part or all of your backlighting to malfunction and stop turning on. You can try looking for a compatible backlight sheet to replace your old version. But this is not a guaranteed fix, and choosing a new keyboard may be your best option at this point. And many mechanical and gaming keyboards also come with a companion app like Logitech's G-Hub. These are great for adjusting lighting or remapping your keyboard's keys, but you can't use them if the app doesn't seem to recognize the keyboard. It might not let you interact with it, or it might not see it at all. Fortunately, there are a few easy ways to fix this. And you first try disconnecting and then reconnecting your keyboard with a wire and wirelessly. If you have multiple ways of connecting, try them all. If this doesn't solve the issue, if you try downloading the latest version of the companion app from the manufacturer's website and reinstalling it, try rebooting your PC too. If you can do it outside of the app, then you can try updating your keyboard's firmware too.